Hi there, Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com, here with you for another music theory bill. Today we are going to talk about learning all your notes all over the fretboard. Now the first thing, of course, many of you are going to ask is it useful? Yes, it is. It's really useful. It's actually necessary. I don't know of any other instrument where the player tries to play it without actually knowing what he's playing. Sure, as guitar players we can actually go by patterns. All of you know, of course, some scale patterns and also arpeggio patterns and other things. And yes, we can get away with it for a while, but it's always better to know everything you can know about your fretboard. It is really, really useful to know all your notes. Now, of course, what you are going to ask is how difficult it is to learn all those notes. Well, it is actually surprisingly easy if you're willing to put in just a bit of work for a bit of time. And I'm thinking essentially 5 minutes a day for 6 to 8 weeks of work. And after that, you will have learned all your notes permanently and you will not forget them anymore. Just 5 minutes a day for 6 to 8 weeks. Well, what do you have to do? It's really, really simple. We're going to play a little game, in a sense. And the rules of these games are these. We are not going to use any open string. We are going to play from fret 1 up to fret 12 included. So from fret 13 or above we are not going to touch the fretboard for now. Under these conditions, so from fret 1 to 12 included, all notes appear once and only once per string. So you have only one. If I choose the note A, for instance, this appears only one on the 6th string, for instance, here, only once on the 5th string here, remember no open strings, only one on the 4th string, only one on the 3rd, only one on the 2nd, and only one on the 1st. Your job is to choose one of those notes a day, and we're going to do for now only the 7 natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And one note per day, you're going to simply find all those positions for the note. So let's say your note of the day is D, for instance. You're going to find D on all those strings and play it in order. Do not jump strings. That's absolutely important. Do not jump strings. You have to play this in order. So D, 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 and D. And then you come back. D, 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 D. Simple like this, up or down. Once you can play it up or down a few times, your work for the day is done. That's really easy, no? You're going to do this kind of game for 3 weeks. There are 7 natural notes, there are 7 days in a week, so you're going to do everything 3 times essentially, every note 3 times. Now, I know you are going to forget the pattern you have learned the day before once you start again. That is not important. Nobody can actually remember the pattern. I don't remember the patterns either. What you've seen right now is me finding them in real time. What's happening is that you're becoming really, really good at finding those notes in real time, not at remembering the patterns. Remembering the patterns is not going to be useful. And that's why I discourage you to learn all these kind of octave patterns like, hey, this is an A, so this is an A, so this is an A. All those kind of octave patterns are absolutely harmful to you. Because if I want an A on the 2nd string, I want an A on the 2nd string. I don't want to find an A on the 6th string, then on the 4th, and then using the pattern after the 2nd. This is too slow. You just want to find the A on the 2nd string. The exercise I gave you right now will help you. Then, what do you do after the 3 weeks? After the 3 weeks, you start putting a bit of pressure on you. You're going to grab your metronome. Of course, the metronome craps out on me right now. Luckily, I have to. Good. You're going to take your metronome, put it at 60, and then play exactly the same thing you were playing before, but now in time, 1 note per beat. So let's say your note of the day is G, you're going to do G. So G, G, G. "60 is a good speed. If it's too fast, of course, go down to 40. If it's too slow, feel free to push up as far as you want." So you're going to do this for 2 weeks. After that, you're going to do the final game, in a sense, which means now you can play more than one note together. You're going to simply do this. Write down a few notes in a random order. I don't know, A, then D, then G, whatever. Start your metronome and play those notes in those order, up and down for every note. So I was saying A, then D, then G. I'm going to play the whole pattern for A. Then the whole pattern for D, without stopping. Then G, whole pattern for G. Remember, no open strings between fret 1 and 12. And so on and so forth. And then so this way you start to see, to find all those notes pretty much in real time and playing these patterns up or down. Again, you're not going to remember all those patterns, and that's good, because I don't want you to remember patterns. I want you to find those notes in real time. To help you also do this, it's helpful, as I was doing before, if you say the name of the note out loud while you play it. This helps you associating the position on the fretboard with the name of the note. This exercise really works. I use this with all my students, and no one of them has problems in finding the notes if they sit down and actually do this exercise for this period of 6-8 weeks, 5 minutes a day. If you do it, you'll see it's actually really easy, and then you will know your fretboard chord. You will wake up in the morning, you will take up your guitar, and you will ask yourself, how can I find that, I don't know, a G on the second string? Oh, it's here. I don't know, how can I find a D on the first? It's here. You will just know it all the time. Until next time, enjoy.